My topic is sequence and series. Now, for instance, if I'm writing some numbers, okay, I'm writing 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Either I'm writing this thing, okay, or I'm writing 3, 9, 27, 81, 243, 729, 2187, and so on. These things are called, none of them are connected to anyone. None of them are connected to each other. This one is not connected to this one is not connected to this one is not connected to this one. Same thing is happening over here. None of them are connected with each other. So, when we are writing numbers in a pattern, but they are not connected to each other, so we say that if we are talking about sequence. We are talking about sequence, and in this one, every one of them will be known as term. Okay, this will also be sequence, and each of them is known as term over here. Now, if I write the same thing which I have written over here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16, or 3, 9, 27, 81, 243, 729, 2187, with a plus sign in between. With a plus sign in between, then this thing will become series. Okay, this one is my sequence. All the numbers are written, but there is no connection between the numbers. And in this one, again, I have written the same type of numbers, but now I'm adding those numbers. So these ones are called series over here. Okay. Now, first of all, we are going to discuss about sequence, and then we are going to discuss about series. Now we have got two different type of sequence which we are going to study, which is part of your syllabus. The first one is known as arithmetic series, and the other one is known as geometric series. Okay, geometric sequence, arithmetic sequence or geometric sequence, and you can also say that if I'm going to add the numbers, that will become arithmetic series or geometric series. Okay, now with the word of sequence, we use another word also, that is called progression. Okay, arithmetic progression and geometric progression. And when we are saying that, either I'm going to say arithmetic sequence or I will be saying arithmetic progression. So it means it is the same thing. In the same way, if I'm going to say geometric progression or geometric sequence, it means it is the same thing. Terms are written over there in a sequence, but they are not connected to each other. In the same way, terms will be written in a progression, but they are not going to be connected with each other. Now, first of all, I am going to explain you what is the difference between arithmetic sequence and geometric sequence. Okay, and then I will be working with arithmetic first. We will work out with the arithmetic one first, and then we will go with geometric one. Okay, so like in the start, I have written 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16, 18. Okay, and then I have written 3, 9, 27, 81, 243, 729, 2187, 6561. Okay. Now see, the difference between these two is 2. These two is 2. These two is 2. These two is 2. 2. 2. 2. Means if I add 2 over here, it will become 4. 2 over here, over here. So every time if I am going to add 2 over here, so I will be getting my next term. So when we are getting the things, we are getting our terms by adding something. So we are going to talk about arithmetic progression. When I am going to have like continuous difference, either in plus form or in minus form, then I am going to say that I am going to have arithmetic sequence. Okay. Now coming over here, these two have a difference of 6. If I am going to subtract them, these two have got a difference of 80. Okay. Then next one, that so difference are not coming same. So let's try something else. 9 divided by 3 will be 3. So I multiplied this 3 with 3 and I have got 9. 9 multiplied by 3, I have got 27. 27 multiplied by 3, I have got 81. 81 multiplied by 3, I am getting 243. And this thing is going on till the end. 2187 multiplied by 3. And I will have 6561. It means that over here, I am getting my next term by multiplying my previous term with a specific number. So I'm getting my next term. When I'm going to have this kind of thing, that I have to multiply it either by a whole number, either by a decimal, either by a fraction, and then I will get the next term. So this kind of progression or this kind of sequence is known as geometric progression or geometric sequence. Okay. Again, I am revising it. In arithmetic progression or arithmetic sequence, a common difference is there. A common difference is there between each number, between each two terms. Okay, these two have got a common difference. These two have got a common difference. If any one of them would have got even 2.1, then I would have said, okay, this is not a sequence because the difference should remain same. In the same way, in the next one, I have got same multiple. Okay, 9 divided by 3, answer will be 3. 27 divided by 9, answer will be 3. 243 divided by 81, answer will be 3. 2187 divided by 729, answer will be 3. It means in this one, my ratio, my common ratio is same. So in geometric progression, we are going to have common ratios, and in arithmetic progression, we are going to have common base or common difference. Okay. Right. Now we are going to start with arithmetic progression. Okay. Sequence. Okay. We are going to work out with this one. Arithmetic progression or arithmetic sequence. We are going to talk about this thing. Now, the first few things which I am going to tell you, and you have to like save it in your mind as the notation. Okay, the what are the words we are going to use for like expressing something. So first thing is that in this one, the first term which we are going to have, we will take it as first term will be represented by small a. These are the notations which we are going to use in the arithmetic progression. Okay, so my first term is always represented by a. Okay, and my number of terms, will be written as n. How many terms are there in a sequence? 5 terms, 10 terms, 15 terms, 6 terms, 3 terms. Okay, so these ones will be represented by n. If I am going to say that I have got a sequence in which I have got 16 total terms, so the number of terms, that is n, will be equals to 16. Okay, last term will be represented by L. The last term which we have got will be represented by L, and common difference will be represented by D, small d. The common difference will be represented by small d. Okay, these are some of the notations which you have to remember when we are going to talk about different type of sequence. Now, let us work on the same thing which we have done, the sequence which I have used. For example, I'm going to write it again, and then I'm going to try to drive a formula over there. How? See, for instance, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. You can see that the difference between each term is coming 3. The difference between each term is coming 3. And that's not necessary. As in the start it is 3, so it should always be 3. Or if it is in the start it is 2, so it will always be 2. No, it is not like that. I'm just making it in this way. Okay. So we can see that the difference is coming 3 in all of them. Right? So now I'm just forming something over here. You have to take a look and you have to be careful. See it up. My first term, which is 3, will be equals to A, because first term is always equals to A, that I have told you and you know about it. Okay. Now, my second term, that is 6. How will I get my second term? My second term will be, if I will take my first term and I will multiply it by, I will add D in it, that is my difference. So I will get my second term. Okay, so the difference is coming 3 over here in all of them. So what I have done, A is my first term. If I add 3 in it, I have got my second term. Okay, let's go to the third one. 9 equals to, so A plus B plus, in this one, in this term, if I will add B again, that will become my third term. In this term, if I will add B again, this will become my third term. Or I can write it like this also, A plus 2D. I can write it in this way also, A plus 2D. In the same way, like for instance, I'm over here. So 12 equals to A plus B plus B plus D, A plus 3D. Okay. So now I'm erasing this. See beta. This was my first term. This was my second term. This one was my third term. This one was my fourth term. Now, if I'm relating it, see over here it is 1D, 2D, 3D. Okay, over here no D was there, so can I write it like this? 0D. Okay, so now what's the most important thing? See, your term number is 1, D is multiplied by 0. Your term number is 2, D is multiplied by 1. Your term number is 3, D is multiplied by 2. Your term number is 4, D is multiplied by 3. So can I say this thing that, for instance, they are saying, okay, find it for T5. So what will I, or T10. Let's say they are saying, find it for T10. So what will I do? T10 equals to A plus, that is written 10. It was 4, I have written 3. It was written 3, I have written 2. This is written 10, so I will write it as T10 equals to A plus 9B. T10 equals to A plus 9B if I need it for term 10. Let's suppose I want to form a general formula. So I write for nth term. Now this nth term can be any term. It can be fifth one, it can be 10th one, it can be 1000th one, it can be anything. So how will I write it? For nth term, that is Tn, A, that is my first term and it remains same in everyone, so I've written A. Then I will write D. Now what should I write over here? So you can see in every D, it is always one number less than the term number. It was 3, term was 4. It was 2, term was 3. It was term 2, D was 1. So if I will write it in this way, n minus 1. So if I have got this term, Tn equals to A plus n minus 1 into D, and that's your general formula to find nth term of arithmetic sequence. The common difference is the important thing which we have to find. So how will I find it? So it will always be the difference between two consecutive terms. D means D equals to difference between two consecutive terms. Okay, and how will I find it? Higher term minus lower term. Now it doesn't mean that if I have written 5 and 4, higher term minus lower term, it means I am talking about the term number. The second term is the higher term than the first term. Okay, whatever is the number written over there, that is not my concern. My concern is second term is higher than the first one. Okay, or seventh term is lower than eighth term. Whatever is written over there, that's not my concern. My concern is term number. I'm talking about when I'm saying higher term minus lower term, I'm talking about the term number over here. So for instance, now let us solve an example over here and that will help you. For instance, I have got in arithmetic sequence. So I don't have to find what type of sequence is there. Find 17th term. I have to find 17th term. And my sequence is 12, 9, 6, and so on. They are telling me to find 17th term. 12, 9, 6 is my sequence and it is going on and I have to find what will be the value which I have to go. So first thing, my first term is 12. That is the first thing I've got. Second thing, I need to have D. So for D, second term minus first term. Higher term minus lower term, it doesn't make any difference what is written over there. It is about the term number. T2 is greater than T1 in term number. So 9 minus 12 is minus 3. And you can take it from anyone. It is not necessary that you should take it only from first two. You can take it from anywhere. So 9 minus 12 equals to minus 3. When I have got A, I have got B, and N, which I have to find, is 17. So now how will I solve it? P17 equals to A plus 17 minus 1 into B. Okay, now I will be plotting my values over here. P17 equals to A is 12. 17 minus 1 will be 16. And B will be minus 3. And I will simplify it. P17 equals to 12 plus minus minus 16 into 3 will be 48. And P17 equals to minus 36. P17 equals to minus 36. And this is how we are going to solve this question. So this is my new question. They have given us that in a sequence. The sequence is given to me 11, 15, 19 till 643. They are asking for how many terms are there. Okay. So in this one, they have given me like I can find number of term difference. I can find A, and I have to find my last term is also given 643. Now what I have to find? I have to find total number of terms, and total number of terms is represented by capital or small n. So it means I have to find the value of n. How will I start? Pn equals to A plus n minus 1 into D. Now 643, that is my last term in this sequence. So the same formula which is written over here, I can write it L is representing my last term also. So I can write this formula, or only for last term I can write it L equals to A plus n minus 1 into D. Okay, so I haven't done anything extra over here. What I have done, instead of writing it Pn, I have written it as L over here. Okay, so now my last term, that is L, is given to me as 643. A, that is 11. N minus 1, that I don't know. Into D. Now what is D? So higher term minus lower term, that should be consecutive. So 15 minus 11, it will become 4. On 19 minus 15, it will become 4. This I have. Now I have to find the value of n over here. So what will I do? First of all, plus 11 will be shifted over here. 643 minus 11 n minus 1 into 4. That's my first step. Now, when I will be subtracting it, it will become 632 n minus 1 into 4. Now, shifting this 4 over here, 632 over 4 minus 1 shifted over here will become plus 1, and that is n over here. Now, when I will be simplifying this thing, okay, 632 over 4 plus 1, my final answer is going to be, when I will simplify it, my final answer of n is coming 159. 159. Okay, my final answer of n is coming 159. It means there are 159 terms in this sequence. Okay, so this is how I'm going to solve the question, in which they are going to ask about total number of terms which is missing, and I have found it was just by arranging my formula.